Hi guys. Um, First, I just want to say hold up, because this video is going to be talking about some content that might not be suitable for all ages. So if you're like younger than 18, I don't recommend you watch this. But if you're like 16 or 17 and you're mature enough to handle this, whatever. But otherwise, I wanted to put this warning out there because I would feel like a scummy shit stick if I didn't. So yeah, basically, if you're not mature, please go outside and pick flowers or go to the park and flirt with that boy or girl you've got your eye on or something like that. Keep your innocence for as long as you can. Now on to the good stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about porn and hentai, which is probably why you decided to watch this video, because it's the title. But first, I cut my hair. I like it. It makes me feel chic. So, whatever. I don't care if I look like a lesbian. If I look like a lesbian, then lesbians, come on over. But I'm not lesbian, so don't. Porn and hentai. Basically, porn. How do I really explain this without sounding completely ridiculous? Porn is basically sexual activity between two people or more that is then videotaped or photographed and then distributed to an audience. And hentai is drawn porn. Is basically drawn porn that is also distributed to an audience. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of compare and contrast them in a way. The reason I'm doing this video is because I had a pretty interesting conversation the other day about it with somebody else, and they had mixed feelings about both porn and hentai, and I just want to give my opinion about it, since they are both actually pretty prominent things in our society today. Both porn and hentai, they both run a pretty big market, so might as well talk about it. My feelings on porn, I don't really have any. I don't care about it, and that's about it. If somebody asked me if they want to watch porn, if I would like to watch porn with them, I mean, depending on who it is, I wouldn't watch porn with just anybody, but I wouldn't say no. I'd probably say yes. I'd be like, yeah, I guess. I mean, would you say no to watching porn? You must be somewhat interested in what's going on, right? Anyway, it doesn't turn me on in the least, porn. I just can't. Sorry, there's a fly. I can't be turned on watching other people do it. And also, most of the time, people in live action porn are not attractive to me. I don't like those big buff cut men, like, I just don't. I don't like that. But the good thing about porn is that it usually makes me laugh, because it's embarrassing in a way, but it's also just so funny. It's like, I don't know, it's really, maybe I'm immature, but it is kind of funny to me. Since it doesn't get me off, it makes me laugh. Whatever. I really have nothing against it. The only thing I do have against it is that most of the time it feels really forced on by some fat, lonely, greasy-haired, stinking 1995 Adidas shoe wearing piece of crap, who is just like, and he really wants to like get off. That's what it feels like. It was directed by those people, and the script was written by those people, and it probably was, not to lie, As for hentai, you can almost guarantee that hentai is also made by people who are a little lacking in a social life, and who also probably don't get any ever, and they're very depressed about it. And that's just a generalization. I'm not saying everybody, because I have actually known people that distribute hentai and they're totally normal people. So that is not about everybody, I swear. I'm talking about like little Japanese guys that are extreme perverts and filling up schoolgirls on the train on their way to work to draw this hentai shit. So that exists, right? Anyway, but hentai, you know, okay, first of all, I grew up really loving anime and manga and stuff like that. It was my favorite. And the first time I really witnessed anything that was like even the least bit like sexual in anime was probably in Inuyasha or Tenchimuyo or Chobits. Especially Chobits, because you know, Chi, the Chobits, her on switch is down there in her crotch, and when I was like 14, I was like, oh my god, he's turning her on, and it would be like chink, and I was like, ugh. But it still kind of interested me, because I was like, oh my god, you know, blah blah blah. I don't know, what am I trying to say? But it wasn't like I was being turned on by it, really. I was just like, oh my god, they do this in cartoons? It didn't really occur to me. But it was still so much more innocent than porn. In porn, it's just like, you know, like, oh god. In hentai, it's a little different. I mean, it really depends on what kind of hentai you get into, because there's some fucked up hentai. Just like there's some fucked up porn. But I'm just talking about the generic, really just hentai and porn. So, if you had to ask me if I liked porn or hentai better, I'd probably have to say hentai. Everything's so supple and so perfect. Supple. To be honest, I mean, it's not like I'm a cartoon porn lover. I'm not, but I don't know. I would prefer it to porn. So yeah, anybody who thinks that porn and hentai is gross, that's your opinion. But, you know, you shouldn't be like advocating how porn is so bad and how hentai is disgusting and stuff like that, because it's not. Some things are kind of gross, but that's the world today, you know, and it's just out of sexual curiosity and the love for sex in general. I mean, honestly, sex is great, so who cares? Maybe you should try it. And yeah, I think that wraps up my video today. This was a kind of long video. What's your thoughts on porn, and what's your thoughts on hentai? And do you think one is worse than the other, or do you not really care for either of them, like myself? And yeah, but I don't want to hear stories about porn or stories about hentai, because that's just a little too inappropriate for YouTube. So just let me know your feelings on it. And yeah, that's it. I'll make a different video next time about something else. Maybe about artwork, because I've been working on some. So I'll see you guys later.